Well, hello and welcome to Attingham Park. This is episode 9 and we're doing our monthly draw for April. What have we got? Random number 5, and let's have a quick squiz and see what pain that brings us, if any. Right, talk is that seed prices will increase dramatically in the near future. Just in case they do, immediately buy 5,000 litres of seed. Ouch, that's going to cost a bit. In any case, let's go and get that done. And there it is, 5 bags of seed bought. Right, so we'll just quickly put these next to the silos so that they're out of their way. Just load it up quickly. Got the little trusty Schaffer front end loader. Belongs to the store. The store is very kind to us, allows us to use them. More importantly, allows us to store the seed here until we can have enough to take back to the farm. We've got plenty of seed on the farm, so we may well become seed merchants in the near future if that goes on. Right, we just get these out there quickly. It's not going to take too long to get that done. And then we'll head on up to the farm quickly and go and have a look and see what needs to be done for today. I think we're going to have to do a bit of fertilizing. Just have a quick check up on the sheep, see if they need to be fed today or not. I doubt it, but we'll check up. Right, so let's head on up back to the farm and see what needs to be done there. Right, quick check up on the field. Sure, it's going to tell us that it needs to be fertilized. Yeah, nitrogen levels are low, so we'll head on back up to the store and go and buy lease a fertilizer spreader and some fertilizer. I'm not going to fertilize the grass at this point in time. I think it's still okay. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, so there's plenty of food there, plenty of water still for today. How much do we still have left in this bale? Oh, still over 4,000 litres left in that bale, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about that today. Have we got any wool? Yeah, we've got a little bit of wool. It's not going to be massive amounts at this point in time. Yeah, there we go. A couple of litres of wool. Right, so let's head on up back to the store. Go and pick up a fertilizer spreader. Buy some fertilizer and come and fertilize this field. Once that's done, we'll have a look and see if there's any contracts to be done, because it's still going to be a while before this field is going to be ready to harvest. Grass we might have to do fairly soon as well. Here we are at the store now, and let's have a look and see what we can get in terms of fertilizer spreaders. Let's find them. Where's the fertilizer? There we go. So we don't need anything big. I think we can use the same thing that we used to spread the lime a little while ago. Where is it? Right at the end. Yeah, there we go. The PS 1004 or 1004. Let's get that bought. Put the extension on and we'll lease that. Yeah, we must put the spraying sheets on, just spreads it out a little bit more. Yeah, that's all looking good. Right, so lease for 190, a fairly cheap lease, thank goodness. And now we'll buy some fertilizer. 1 or 2 bags, I'm not sure. I think we'll get away with yeah, just 1 bag, I think. Yeah, we'll take a chance. Just 1 bag. 2 bags is, I mean, it's quite pricey fertilizer, and yeah, I think 1 will be enough. If it's not, we'll deal with it. Right, let's head on back up to the well, let's load up first. We head on back up to the field without the stuff. That'd be a waste of time. It takes such a long time to get there. In any event, let's load up the spreader and fill it up with the lime. We know it'll take the whole bag, so we won't have a full load of lime, at least full load of fertilizer. Right, it's all loaded up, 1000 litres. Well, it's not loaded up yet. There we go, we're loading it up now. That's what happens when you do your voiceover after you've played the game. Right, let's go up to the field. Spread the fertilizer. Nearly said spread lime again. Right, off we go. It's not a massive width, but it's big enough for this little field. We'll do the one edge, this edge, we'll do the other edge, and then we'll just go down the middle. Make sure everything is, every inch is covered. And then we'll go and have a look and see if there's any contracts to be done. I want to do either a very big contract or a whole lot of small ones. We'll see what's available first. Straight behind the tree. It's amazing how these trees are all so strategically placed when it comes to turning things around. It's just about the second pass finished. We'll head down the middle and that should take care of the whole lot. As I said, I'm not going to fertilize the grass just yet. I'll save the fertilizer for crops. We've got quite a bit of grass and our grass needs are not that big at this stage, so even if the yield isn't fantastic, save a bit on the fertilizing costs and time to fertilizer, to spread the fertilizer. Rather get a contract going, get some more cash flow in so we can buy another field and start doing some arable farming, a slightly bigger well, what would you call it? A slightly bigger way, in a slightly bigger way. I think we might, next field would be, the next field to get would be the one next door. It'd make the biggest amount of sense at this stage. It's probably going to be something we can afford, and it's nice and close to where we are working now. Yep, I think that's all done. I think we can switch this off now. It's not taking any more fertilizer. Yep, let's go and offload this. So it was looking good. Just jumped out there quickly to have a quick look. Right, it's offload. We've still got a little bit of fertilizer left. Use for the next time. We'll get the spreader back to the store, and we'll have a look and see what contracts are available. Right, so here we go. So we've got baling, contract, fertilizing, weeding. So I'm immediately drawn to this 45,000. It's going to be a big job. Yeah, this is the one I'm looking at. We have to deliver to the biogas plant. Or hopefully, we've got to take a bit of a chance there. Because if I remember correctly, you can't just offload at the biogas plant. You have to feed the hopper type thing. In any case, I'm going to do it. I'm sure they would have created a place for you to offload. Right, off we go. Got the mower on, everything like that. Off up to the field 42. And as per usual, it's about as far away as we can get from the store. So we've just jump cut until we get there. So this is on the road to back to our field, and it should be just on the left hand side here. Yeah, there it is there. Let's get this going. and then what I'll do is I'll do one lap on a time lapse, just to give you the scale of the field, because this is going to take a long time, so I'm going to kind of jump cut through the jobs. I don't think we'll get this all finished in this episode either, so we'll get as far as we can, and we'll call this part 1, and then we'll do part 2, which will most probably be it was probably finish off in May. It's just such a big field, but for 45,000 over 2 months, that's pretty good income, plus whatever we can get off the extra bales. I'm sure there'll be some extra bales that we would be able to sell, but we'll find out. Right, yeah, so let's just get this going. So as you can see, it's a pretty big field. It's going to take a bit of a while to do this all on, I was going to say all on my own, but I will be using the odd worker. I do have one. I can use a worker on this contract. So there we go, so that's the field. So what I'll do now is I'll just jump cut to the end of me preparing this field for a worker. We'll put a worker on now, and then we'll go and get the windrower. Not windrower, the windrower. We'll get the windrower. We're not making hay, so we don't have to TED. We'll get the windrow and get that back to the field, and while the grass is cutting, we'll start the windrowing. Right, here we are back at the field now. What I am going to do is I'm just going to change tractors, because this tractor is slightly higher horsepower, so I'll put the higher horsepower onto the mowing, and it's not a big difference between the two, but yeah, so we'll get the days far on the windrow, and we'll put the JCB onto the plough. Get the plough going again with the worker, and then we'll do the windrowing ourselves. Let's drop off the back and drop off the front. Yeah, let's fold it up first, otherwise it won't drop off. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's pop this over here and jump into the JCB. Right, off we go. Change that over, go and hook it up to the ploughs and get that back on the worker. Yes, it'll be interesting to see how much this brings in. It is a bit time consuming. That's why I'm doing all the jump cuts, so it doesn't get too boring. It's not exactly the most exciting job in the world, but we need to make money. We're only sitting on 12,000. We've still got a bit of the silage coming in, but that's kind of just trickling in. I'm hoping that we'll get upwards of 50,000 out of this contract, 40 odd thousand after paying for the equipment, and maybe a load of bales should bring in another, hopefully maybe 20 or 30,000. Yeah, so maybe between 50 and 70,000. That's what I'd be kind of happy with. Right, let's get this off on a worker and set him off. Off he goes. Make sure he's aligned properly. Trying to get him onto the... That looks okay. Right. And away you go. Right. Let's hook up the windrow and get going on that. Just get going on that quickly, and then I'll jump cut to the end of the job. And of course we'll have to go and get the baler. Right, so there we go. Fairly big width. So I think I've done enough. A quick squiz so that I don't catch up to the mower. The mower's up there. So we've got to hold that and we've got that. So, oh yeah, I think we will pretty much catch up to him. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. We didn't actually catch up to the mower, so that was well planned. We'll just finish off these last couple of rows, park these machines up, and we'll go and fetch the baler. Yeah, so we started the windrowing at about 11 o'clock. It's now nearly 4 o'clock. So it takes a while. Such a big field, but at the end of the day the rewards will be big enough, and hopefully will give us enough to get another field so that we can do the work on that field to prepare it for spring planting. So we want to have another field by ready for spring planting, so that next year we can bring in a bit more income. But we're still going to have to rely on contracts for a little while yet to just keep the cash flow going, as I say. You know, just keep us moving forward. It's the problem when you start with next to nothing. It does take a while to get going. But then again, that was part of the challenge, in conjunction with the sort of daily modifiers. And let's be fair, those modifiers mainly hurt us. Sometimes they don't, but mainly they set us back a little bit. But that's, you know, farming's like that. Real life farming is it's not for the faint-hearted. Most things that happen create a problem of some sort or another. Right, let's get this parked up. Finish off that last row. Yeah, it's always something that is going wrong on a farm, or it's creating a bit of a stressful situation on a farm. And that's kind of what I'm trying to replicate here with the daily and yearly modifiers, trying to replicate the change in economic circumstances which definitely affect farmers. For the good and for the bad, of course, because in the good times you can make some good money. In the bad times you can lose a lot of money as well. In any case, let's get this finished off, and yeah, that's that done. Let's go and park this up, and then we'll head on out back to the store and go and pick up a baler, and then for the rest of the day we'll do baling, see how far we can get before we have to go and rest, or what's mostly going to be the case is before it gets so dark I can't see where. Well, I feel like I'm not doing a good job on the baling. At least we've got a decent sized baler and square bales as well, so easier to load. And I think I did see an auto loader at the back there, so we will be able to auto load once this is done. So that this should be the last really big job. as I say, we won't finish that today because it does take quite a while. Here we are back at the field. We'll get this baling going, and then I'll jump cut to pretty much the end. Yeah, so we're well after 8 o'clock. It's pretty much pitch dark. I can just see what I'm doing, but I think I'm going to end this episode here, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow and hopefully finish off the baling and finish off the contract as quickly as possible and then get onto something new. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and cheerio.